DJ and PK. Question of the morning, part 2. Hey, one guy's leading, Smith Snowden. We just talked about that in the last segment. But Devon Dampier is returning. How happy are you for him? And when Jeffrey,
For the Utes.
Jeffrey, somebody came up with some coin. And Jim says, of course he's back. Michigan doesn't want him.
Yeah, I don't think they do want him.
They got their quarterback. Yeah.
There was some talk at Tempe because he's from that area. His high school coach is on the staff, literally, the tight ends coach, I believe. But they went in other directions, and so great. He's back. Effervescent kid, leader. Kids rally around him. Adults rally around him. He had a phenomenal game in the Vegas Bowl. Man, that was the best he probably ever played in his life. He was awesome. So, yeah, it's good news. Ultimately, the players are going to win you the games. The coach has got to put you in the position to win. The players got to go ahead and get the job done. And he comes back, and now he's going to have a connection to a new coordinator because obviously he had been with Beck in New Mexico, and that's not there. But, the mark of a good coach is tailoring what you can do, what you want to do to the player's skills. And everybody knows what Dampier can and can't do. And so run them out there with what they got, and I'm excited. I'm excited for them and for him. I mean, and the Ute program, which has been a model of stability and consistency for so many years, to where other coaches wanted to model it, literally, Dillingham.
To you at a Pac-12 Media Day.
And I was sitting talking to Kyle because they have a lunch break, and then it goes for about 2 hours, and then you can informally sit at the table with the coaches and chat them up. And I'm sitting right next to Kyle, the SID sports information director for the Sun Devils, who's been there forever, literally 30 plus years, knows me very well, comes over and wants me to meet him. So I'm standing. We can touch the back of Kyle's head. We're standing, and he's Dillingham. I want to be like him. If he extended his arm all the way out, his fingers would have hit Kyle's head.
Down the back of the head, and Kyle would have wondered what the heck was going on.
Right. And there was other people that were talking to Kyle once I stood up, and at that time he's a 31-year-old rookie head coach.
Why wouldn't he want to be Kyle?
Yeah.
20 years at a school.
Right.
In a place that's home.
Yeah. And so they've been the model of consistency and stability, and then their ground got shaken underneath them a little bit here in the last 3 weeks. So they need some good news. And losing a local kid like a Smith Snowden, he grew up in the shadows, metaphorically, of the stadium, and he's given you some pretty good years. Plus, he's a really good kid, too, and a great representative for what you're trying to accomplish on and off the field. And with that in mind, that's a blow to lose somebody, especially, and you go back and forth here with this rivalry, and if a kid's being recruited by both and he chooses one, we got one over them. It's like if Tanavasa would have gone to Washington, say, I don't think it would be that big of a story. It still would have been a story, but the fact that he went there it's bothersome, right? You went to the enemy, so to speak, and Smith Snowden chose Utah, and then basically you don't just choose Utah once or your school once. If you come back, you choose them again and again. Yeah. Every year you come back, you choose them again. So he chose them 3 times, and then he leaves, and that's a blow. And so here, this is really good news that you got your quarterback back, your starting quarterback who put up a lot of production for you and a lot of points. A lot of points on that scoreboard last year were attributed to Devon Dampier. He's not perfect, but he still gave you a lot of production.
34 touchdowns, running and passing. And I think the other thing about having him back and having this two-headed monster, and yes, they can do creative stuff, and they can flank one of them out as a receiver and then put him in motion on the fly sweep, and everybody's worried about the option pass. You can really stretch the defense before you ever do anything. But Dampier carried the ball so much, and he largely stayed healthy. Now, Kyle would talk forever about a couple injuries, and he wasn't 100% for the Texas Tech game and all that. So it wasn't perfect health, but he carried the ball 146 times. You add in sacks, you add in the number of times he gets hit as he throws. That's a lot of hits to stay healthy for. And all you fans can remember multiple seasons that have been impacted by quarterback injuries. And for one of the rare times, they're going to go into a season with depth, and we're going to know it. Now, it turned out last year they had depth, but we didn't know that Ficklin was going to be able to come in and make some plays. And he didn't really have to carry the load.
I don't know what he is as a quarterback, though. I know what he is as a runner. Sensational.
Such a big part of the offense these days.
Right. But I really don't know what he is as a passer.
He has not had to carry the load in multiple games where there's a lot of film and he's scouted. That's a hurdle he hasn't had to clear yet.
He's electric with the ball in his hands. And he is a threat to go the distance if he gets any type of daylight. That's a fact. We'll see. But, I mean, at least you know you got that. Before, they didn't have anything. They were having to – they started Chris Stapleton in the bowl game. Mm-hmm. Luke, what's his last name? Botteri?
Luke Botteri, who's also headed to Michigan.
Now he's going to Michigan.
The Botteri Ferrari.
Yeah, I draw the line. You had to take Chris Stapleton? Couldn't we have kept Chris Stapleton? Has he cleaned it up, though? If you're going to be a coach, can you look like Chris Stapleton?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But we do have Coy Detmer with the handlebar mustache thing going on. So
I thought Detmer had the full beard.
He did for a minute, but then when they announced him the other day, he had the handlebar mustache look.
All right, that's a little personality. But Chris Stapleton there and the tats, if I were him, I'd keep it. This is who I am. Take me as I am. That's always been my attitude. Take me as I am. You don't like it? What's your problem?
You knows what you can do.
Right.
Ronnie Jensen, talking football with him and quarterbacks with him next. Stay with us.